Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Thursday lives. I'm trying to change things up on my lives by recapping what I've found and seen and shared with you the past week and other things in between that weren't recorded, like hanging out with friends or things that I've done. Um, New year, I guess they say new me, but I feel like I'm the same me in a way, but still learning a lot. A lot of things that are fun, that are working out, getting a lot of receiving a lot more comments, lot new subscribers, and my day ones and my new ones, you are all appreciated equally. Support goes a long way, and I try to give back to the community, whether it be in person or online. And you can never give enough in a way, as long as you can afford to. And this week has been, well, when I say week, I consider last Thursday to now. It's been really fun. A lot of great finds, amazing, valuable finds. I am getting better and better, or is it just that I'm getting lucky? Do y'all believe in luck? I think you have to know some things as much as people who are, say, sharing content. Let's keep it with creators and resellers. How much people, how much things they're finding every video. It has to say that they have some kind of sense for something. And I'm trying to turn my cents into dollars and also just mesh it up with a great time. I always emphasize on like find what makes you happy and make your own definition. And I I love where this is going even more every time when it comes to reselling and also my personal life, which I'm glad I just brought up personal life. So I've been talking a little bit about in my videos going to Houston, Texas and house hunting, crossing my fingers. And vitro gets started. Very, very exciting. Like shocking almost, but in a very good way because I've been looking forward for this for years. Since I've met Carla and we talked about kids. I'm excited about it. We got Kelly Luis in the house. What's going on, my friend? How's the weather in California? Vegas has been getting rain all day. Scattered showers, but it's really dark outside right now, which it usually is, but it's really dark, cold, gloomy, wet. I just took Tip outside and I was like, why are you just standing there? Because he paused. He ran into the turf. He paused and he just like looked around. I was like, what is he looking at? Is there a coyote out there? Because we get a lot of coyotes in the back of our house that pass through. And I got a thumbs up. What? Is that a new thing? How did that happen? It must be an update. That is so cool. Who left the thumbs up and where? Was it here on YouTube? I don't think I have it connected to Facebook this time, but if everybody could hit the thumbs up and let's see how much of those thumbs up can pop up. So when I was telling Tip, like, hurry up, dude, it's cold outside. I keep an eye out on Tip when he's outside because of the coyotes. And also he gets a little curious at times of like peeking through the fence, which he rarely does. He's very skittish when it comes to noises and sounds, but he's been being a little brave today. So I'm like, Tip, get inside. And as I'm talking, it felt like there was a cloud in my face, and it was from the cold weather. It being like that moisture of the heat of your breath, your dragon breath that comes out into the cold weather that we have outside right now. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's cold." So I always told my wife, "Be careful when you drive to work because it's raining." And for some reason, everybody wants to drive when it's raining, and they drive crazy, no matter what state or town you're in. You could have a population of two, and you happen to have that one crazy driver just end up in front of you from wherever you need to go from the moment you get on the road to your end, your finish line. We got Mizra's flipping ain't easy. Hello, friend. It was great seeing you the other day with you and John, Katie, Vicky, Mikey, Super Court, uh, Carrie American Arbitrage, Don Lady Arbitrage. Taco Wolf, who some of y'all may have seen in my videos, he's going to start a YouTube channel soon. And I am excited for him. He is a 90s pop culture, like, son of a gun. This guy knows his stuff. So I can't wait till he starts sharing what he has because he already has so much stuff. I'm excited for him. He has it doesn't even matter about having a personality for something. It's just being exciting for someone for everyone wanting to do what they want to do. But he does have a big personality. He's fun, easy to talk to. Got to meet his kids and his wife. That was a lot of fun. Also, we got he has a taco truck, Taco Fusion, something like that. I didn't record anything. I think we took some photos. I shared it on Instagram. Let me know if you're following me on Instagram. It'll be the Sunny Las Vegas. Somebody in the past, before I came up with his name through a friend, I tried to get it on Instagram and somebody else they have not been using it for years. I've reached out to them trying to get the username. They won't do it. So I have the Sunny Las Vegas. A lot of people go to another Sunny Las Vegas, Sunny in Las Vegas, I think. That's my personal one that I haven't really been on in forever. But in the photo, it's pretty funny because Taco Wolf was so close taking a selfie of us, trying to get the whole group photo. I couldn't get in. Like it had my forehead. And I just lifted up my hair like, I know I'm in there, and if people see the photo, they're gonna see the hair, like, just hanging in there. So, some people may not get it because of, like, the shadowing in this dark, but I thought it was pretty funny. Like, I know that I'm there, and I'm posting it anyway, so I'm sure some people might have seen it or not realized it. But it was a lot of fun. We had some really good pork belly tacos. Let me know what your favorite tacos are. I do love me some vegan tacos, but they have to be seasoned very well. And then we had some adult beverages. Kerry does not drink alcohol. Props to him. He drinks soda pops and agua. So, but it was a great time, man. Great time hanging out with everybody for a moment, couple of hours, just chopping it up. Nothing serious, nothing like wow, other than feeling blessed to have friends that just hang out with. And it's hard to get for me. I haven't had that much luck trying to get with people to be like, hey, let's meet up in a little group or something. And everybody I invited ended up going, except for one person. I didn't realize they're out in Chicago, but they messaged me. But pretty much everybody showed up, and that was a lot of fun. I do want to have get-togethers at my house. Katie and Vicky do that themselves. Katie and Vicky are powerhouse women, and I always have to include that because they are amazing women. This couple runs the Boss Reseller Remix. If you go on Facebook right now, if you're on the computer, open up another window and just go look up. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. And I think I highlighted a comment. Hopefully, it's not a bad comment. Oh no, it's not. It's Sam. How's it going, Sam? Um, let me see. Facebookies. And then am I on mine? Boss Reseller Remix, online selling, in-person meetup. So they do have two of them. Let's do the selling one. Anyone's gonna work. They're amazing people. They're very smart. If I could spell remix, that would help. But the link is in the chat right now to follow the group. Really fun group. If you're in Las Vegas, type in Boss Reseller Remix and you'll see meetups, Boss Reseller Remix meetups or something like that. And they often have meetups at Katie and Vicky's house. It's really nice to meet other resellers in the community, get to pick their brains in person. There's a lot better knowledgeable people out there. Jenna and John, who does Flipping Ain't Easy, and then now they started the Power Hour podcast. John from Flipping Ain't Easy and John Coates, they do a Power Hour. John invited me to go on their live. I maybe Wednesday if it works out. Now that we're not going to Houston, Carla's still gonna have her vacation days, and she's gonna have off next week. So I'm not sure what we have planned, but I let John know. But pretty exciting to ask to be invited to go live. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody else after this, I'm not going live anymore for a while. I want to focus on what I need to do at home and use my time wisely. I've been talking so much about what I want to do and being organized, and I am getting organized, and I talk about it more and more, but I want to stop talking about it. I'm also excited to start laying out my office in a showroom type atmosphere. I want to have a section that has whatnot. I've talked about this before, like a whatnot section, my glowy glass and glass behind me. Things are going to be changing for me, and I think everybody's changing, but this has really motivated me to change my office and then know that a lot of things are getting out of here. If you ask me if I've done any listing, I have. I have not listed the Limoges plates. That was a crazy awesome find from 2 videos ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. And then the backpack and then the frog. Wow. Like thousands of dollars worth of stuff at the flea market. I am planning on going just about every week. I don't go every day. And if you're wondering or curious about the flea market, it's open Friday at 4 p.m. up until I think maybe 10. I'm not sure. I don't remember. They used to be open a lot longer. Now Saturdays are for the public is at 6 up until 4, I believe. And then I believe the same thing for Saturday. But with the weather being as cold as it is and going to be gloomy, wet, and all that stuff, not much people go and a lot of vendors don't go. So I like going to the flea market during that time and show people that even with crappy weather, you make do with what you have and you're going to be all right. If I could find this stuff and I'm learning about a lot of stuff. I know a lot of stuff, but I feel like I still have so much more to grow and I'm going to. I'm going to be freaking huge, especially on social media. I've been diving in more into TikTok. Any of y'all on TikTok? I've been diving more into it. I go live just about every day, sometimes twice a day. Sometimes when I want to go have tacos with everybody I just mentioned earlier, when I got home, I remember I could hear my wife's voice saying, or she wasn't even telling me. It's just I know my wife. If I was to wait till the morning and she showed up from work saying the dishes are still here, like I didn't want to hear it. And I also felt really happy about washing dishes, about being happy in life and saying, you know what, these are my damn dishes. I'm gonna wash them and I'm gonna be happy about it. And I was. So I ended up going live on TikTok and just talking the way that I do on here, no difference. Talking the way that I do on here and washing dishes at the same time. Um, People say follow a niche. My niche is just being myself, enjoying myself. Because I used to not be that way. It used to be really hard just to even. It used to be so hard about being happy for myself that I thought at a moment in time for many years that I thought it was impossible. And now I'm like happy all the time to where I probably make people sick. Like this guy's fake. He's not the real deal. Like something's wrong. I'm human. I do curse. Um, I do burp out loud, like I'm a horrible person. I open the door for people, even if they don't say thank you. I don't judge them, like it's how horrible I am. I'm trying to be better. Shame on me. So pay them no mind. I don't. I'm just joking. This is my sarcasm coming in from Texas. I guess I've been talking about it a lot to where now it's like I joke that way. We joked a lot that way back home growing up with a lot of my relatives and uncles and people that were older than me. And it gives you thick skin. But then when I got in the military, it was a different thick skin. It was more of you can't do this or that physically. For me, the army was a lot of just physical work. And of course, you needed brains for things when you carry like a title of a sergeant and everything else after that, first sergeant, master sergeant, things like that. Um, but it's been an experience in life that I reflect a lot more, especially when I start talking about something because I don't plan on what I'm going to say. I just jump into it like I do anything else. I'm like, let's go. And when I start spilling out my guts of my life, I'm reminded how far I've come. And I think that's a good thing rather than before I used to run away from where I came from or felt like I was at in life, a moment in my life, to where now it's like I don't want to run away. I just want to hold it in some weird way and be like, this is all my beautifulness that I have in my life for me, for my wife, with my family and friends, and people I'm going to meet. So mushy, right? It's like you could melt. So sweet. So sweet. Apologize for people who are diabetic. Hawkeyes, what's going on? Josh Galt. I always say Galt. I don't know why. It's my pronunciation. The Deltuckians, what's going on? How's it going? We got Amy up in the hizzo. Amy, have you been jumping on whatnot lately? I also haven't been seeing you on Niknax lately. Am I missing you? I'm seeing everybody else's alert. I try to jump in there when I can. I learn from people on lives. Um, Anybody planning on reselling on Whatnot or doing auctions, say on Niknax, have you applied yet? I do have the links pinned at the top if you're interested or haven't joined. Um, I am gonna start. I'm glad I mentioned that. I'm gonna start doing more auctions on Whatnot. It's not something I'm planning like pressuring myself to be like every Saturday I'm going to be on Whatnot. These 2 Saturdays coming up, I am. I've already planned the one for this Saturday. I already have some items listed. I have some more items I want to list on there. Majority of everything is going to be starting at $4. There are some in the buy it now. I think it's like 20 or $24. But with auctions, you never know how things are going to go. But I do want to get back to it. I think it's going to be my first. No, it's going to be my second. Amy, when was the when was the Critter Caravan? What day was that? Was that last year or this year? I don't remember. My brain is everywhere. But next Saturday, next Saturday, February 10th, whatever Saturday that is, I believe it's a Saturday. Um, Whatnot has some kind of like commission free. They're not gonna take a cut out of it other than something, maybe shipping, of course, but I forget what it was, but it's some kind of promo they have, and it has different times for different like Pacific, Central, Eastern, and there's another one I can't think of. Is there 4 places? Geography and stuff like that, I've always been horrible at. But they're gonna have some kind of promo going on, and I figured why not? I got stuff I got a list. So on that one, tomorrow's video, I have one scheduled at 4 in the morning. Uh those have been doing very well. I'm getting back to the groove of being proactive and not overwhelming myself, being crammed with I really need to knock out this editing video, for example, and I want it out by 4 in the morning. I'm trying to be on a schedule. I'm trying to be consistent, and it's working. The past couple of weeks, I'm like, yes. Has everything gone as planned? No. But am I doing better? Yes. And I think that's all that matters, and I'm happy about. So I have a video out tomorrow, garage sale, which you don't see much of. And it's big. To me, it's big. Literally. And whatever other literally way you could think about. But it's pretty awesome. And then tomorrow's gonna go back to the flea market. I do have a couple of thrift videos I am putting together. And gonna try to have 3 videos out a week. As things progress with me being organized and clearing out my space, I'm going to have even more time. So, for those of y'all that are saying, this little pile over here, I'll get to it later and I'll get organized, when I get further along and I feel bad about it, or however you put it in your own words, don't do that. Start getting organized now. Start looking at the area that you have and say, you know what if I come across this big bundle of things for a really good price? How am I going to get this organized? How do I want to start doing it? Start putting it in your mind how you want it and get organized. You will not regret it like I have been regretting it for years now. It's been kicking me in the butt. And when you're in a relationship, it may not bother you, but it probably will bother the other person. All right. And it's good to have an organized home. I had friends come over. When did we have friends come over? Family and friends come over sometime, maybe a month ago or something. We had people come over, and Carla was like, "Hey, you want to go upstairs?" And I was like, "No." So she purposely opened my office, and she's like, "That's Sonny's." But the thing is, my auntie out from Hawaii, that's what it was. They came out from Hawaii, and they're like, "Sonny, can I have some bubble wrap? Do you have shipping material?" And I was like, "Auntie, Roger that. I got you." So laughs on Carla. She thought she set me up. Little did she know they were now asking me for things to look out for, a personal shopper for relatives. So ha, in your face, babe. So what's going on with everybody? Let's get the chat going, folks. I always talk a lot, but I want y'all to be more involved. I'm not asking you. I want y'all to be more involved. It's something that I found, something that interests you, that you've seen in my videos, or something that you're doing that relates to whatever we could talk about. It's my channel, but it's ours together in many different ways. The Deltuckians, and it helps. It's helpful for me. Let me bring that up over here so I'm not looking all side-eyed on the camera. It's helpful for me to not tell myself to organize an entire room. I start with just do this one section. Helps kickstart my motivation. I could see how that works. And also another way of when I tell people that tell me and they comment or see me in person, they say, I want to start reselling. How do I get started? Start with one. Start with just a little bit. Don't limit yourself of I need to list 20 items because you're going to focus on that 20 items and that's your finish line. In your head, you're going to cut yourself off. And then what if something happens? You get a call, and it doesn't have to be an emergency, but somebody you haven't talked to in a while or somebody you really care about and just want to share some time, you could do that. And then now you're not doing what you said. So I try to just say I'm gonna just get started. But thank you for saying that because it could be taken another way. And that's very helpful for me to see a different way of what I say. The same way that I say, find what makes you happy. This is what I'm saying. Somebody said something, you use it, and then you find your own definition or however it works for you. I believe that different words and even a group of words could lead you the same way. Sometimes it just helps when somebody else says something. I know for me, when I say things, I get tongue tied and my thoughts get all clustered together. And I'm just like, Sonny, just say how you're going to say it. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or if you stutter, because I do stutter at times if people catch it in my videos. That it's like, okay, I said it. And then all of a sudden a comment comes up and somebody says what I was trying to say just better. And I'm like, that's what I was trying to say. I hope people see that. But I'm sure they understood what I said and they put it together to help. Um, I have a, I have a lot to learn about myself, a lot to teach myself too, like bad habits of the way that I think and be too hard on myself. And I've learned that a lot recently. Kelly Louise, my friend, we got Graham Dogs, Antiques, and more. Totally agree. Tackle one project at a time. But how many everybody right now, all 31 of y'all, how many projects recently have you told yourself you wanted to work on? I think I know my office is one, and that's a good one. That's something I am focused on. But I know I want to do other things as well. I want to get back in photography. I want to get back into digital media. I want to mesh it up together. I have a design I'm going to finish up for Paul Philly Flipper. It's been taking a little longer than what I was expecting, and I'm sure him too. But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it knocked out tomorrow when I get back from the flea market. Not tomorrow. No, I will get it done tomorrow. I was thinking tomorrow Saturday. Grace 2010H Sunday. What is that emoji? I can't see it on my side. Oh, it's the hand. Oh, hi. That's awesome. Because usually it's like little symbols that pop up. I guess there's an upgrade here on StreamYard. For those that are wanting maybe to start going live, I'm not sure what the quota is now to go live on YouTube. I know I tried it way before I had a thousand subscribers, and I was able to do it for like 1 hour one show, and then the next time it cut me off like 15 minutes in. So I ended up getting StreamYard. Oh my goodness. What's up, Kristen? One Thrifty Mom. Folks, go check out One Thrifty Mom on Whatnot. And then also these two lovely ladies, Shayna and Edwina. I keep telling people they are super active on social media, on YouTube. But every now and then they'll pop in on TikTok. But I would say I recommend you go follow them. I think in a few months we might have a video together. Maybe. No peer pressure. A lot of peer pressure. But I look forward to seeing them on a time. These are two amazing, lovely, friendly, approachable women. And I adore them. Follow them on YouTube. Great content, a lot of fun. You'll hear them singing, and I'm like, I can never do that. You better turn the music up loud when I sing, because the cats and dogs are gonna start hissing and howling. Our to-do list is nuts. I will say y'all are nuts in a positive way. Shayna and Edwina, y'all are crazy awesomeness. Y'all are go-getters. I am I I believe you are daydreamers. I'm a daydreamer. Any other daydreamers out there, drop an emoji or just hashtag daydreamer. You're not gonna win a prize, but it's nice to know that we have a lot more in common than we realize. I get so focused on dreams of what ifs. What if I list all these things and make thousands? What if I go make this amazing video? What if I find this most amazing thing? What if I won the lottery? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go buy the lottery. Yeah, I don't feel like thrifting. I don't feel like listing. Carla, I'm pretty sure Carla wants me to cuddle with her. I'm gonna go cuddle. So I get there's so much stuff in my head that I get so excited about that before I used to have so much things in my head and I would get so anxious about and it would really hurt me. It wasn't a good way, but now it's transitioned to I'm too much in the good. I need to have something that's more, I say structured from time to time. I need to be more structured. And I am. This past 2 weeks have been really, really good. Although I haven't listed my most valuable things that I've been finding recently, I have been making sales on other things like on Niknax and eBay. That has been my only thing I've been um not sourcing on, but selling on. But whatnot is one I'm coming back on. Jenna says I'm currently working on taking low average sale price items out of my eBay store. And that's one thing I've been focusing on too. And that's one thing that's a lot of one things, right? So that's like three things already, counting that one for. But Jenna and John talk a lot about business and the process of it, and it's very real, and a lot of people may think like, oh, everybody could say this, everybody could say that, but it's good to hear different perspectives of people to get a different grasp of something you may not have been thought about. One thing that comes to mind when I say this or just said that, when I went to the Boss Reseller Remix, when I was there speaking, they said one of the questions was, what did you learn from the last Boss Reseller Remix that you used and brought with you the time that I was able to speak the following year, this last October. So I said, you know what was pretty interesting about the Boss Reseller Remix, my first experience in hearing people talk? Whatever they said, I can't repeat everything because my memory is horrible. But I said, people were giving me answers to things I wasn't even, to questions I wasn't even thinking about yet. And I thought, wow, I was like, I can't believe I just said something just so out there, but to me, it made a lot of sense. And then people were coming up and saying, I get that. That's freaking nuts. Like, it's true. Like, people were saying things and giving answers to questions that we weren't even thinking ahead that far. And it's amazing. That's why I find it so amazing to follow people and especially live chats. I would go over to John and Jenna's Flipping Ain't Easy. They're one. If you're able to meet Shayna and Edwina, Thrifters Anonymous. If you're able to meet Shad, I always forget his name. He's out in New Braunfels, Texas. I want to say his wife is Leslie. Reseller network reseller. I can't think of the name. Um, Damn, he's gonna punch me in the throat. But there's Ryan and Allie Roots. They'll blow your mind when they talk about business in a good way. Like, man, I want to do that. And the thing is, you can. Who's another one? JC, Jayce is the wife of Ken Hustler Hacks. Hustler Hacks. Sorry, Glenn. Ken Hustlebee. So Hustlebee and JC, they are also a dynamic duo. And when I get to talk to them in person, like he spills knowledge at me that I don't even think he's like trying to do. He's just telling me about what he does, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh man, I didn't think about that. And there's like all these little baby steps of I'm overlooking things rather than I'm finding that I'm thinking too big at times when I need to think smaller and really focus in on the business like eBay. What's the best way to list an item on eBay rather than just title, a few items, specifics? Because even if you fill out a few, it's going to say recommended. All right. Do you follow up with that or do you not? You know, does it make a difference if they're recommending it? Doesn't it? And I think that's one thing that John said a couple of times in the lives. I wasn't in that live, but I heard him talking in the live about things, and I'm like, if they're recommending it, why wouldn't you do it? I think also for YouTube, when YouTube gives you these videos of what they want you to do to help you grow your channel, a lot of people don't look at that. And credit to Mikey Bags of Money, I know that it's there, but Mikey Bags of Money said it enough about the back end of like YouTube Studio and analytics to it got me curious of like what's behind the curtain. What can I learn from this? And I have learned a lot. For me, I don't get it completely because I don't know how to make the best titles. I don't know how to make the best thumbnails, but that's just my opinion. Other people could look at it and be like, "How did you do that?" And I'll tell you right now, Canva, Lightroom, iPhone, um, AirDrop, AirDrop back after I edit it, AirDrop back. Like there's just all these back and forths where I need to just do things easier. So I've been trying to keep, but speaking of YouTube and thumbnails, I've been trying to follow a more branded look with my font and colorway. It's not like my own font. This is Canva having its own font, and you get to tweak stuff here and there. Oh, and Photo Room is another one. If you want Photo Room and considering it, it's a good app. It helps knock out like the background of all of this. As long as there's not too much like say black next to me, then it's probably gonna pick it up. But it's a really good app. And I would say if you're thinking about getting Photo Room and use like AI backgrounds, there's other apps to do this, but I'm have a particular group in mind. Um, the Reseller Information Network. They have, I believe, an affiliate link that you could use it on there. You should follow those guys. They're a lot of fun. Tim is my go-to. Love that dude. For glass, but Sandy, my flipping van life, has been like, I, I, whether she knows it or not, I've been saying it for like weeks now. She has been like a huge mentor to me. Um, that's how I look at her for glass. I've asked him for a lot in the past of like, hey, what do you think of this? This is how much I got it for. You know, what kind of glass is this? And he was the first one to do it, uh, like 2.5 years ago. So since then, I've grown a lot, and even my waist size. I said that in my last video. I was cracking up with myself. Kristen is the daydreamer. Yes, we got one. Amy is a daydreamer here. Yes. Keep dreaming. Dreams are good, folks. Dreams are good. Sometimes you have a little bit of nightmares, right? But even when you have those nightmares and you wake up, you get to realize, you get to come back to earth and be like, that was just a dream. And if there's something bad that's in it, you could learn from it and be like, hey, I really need to look out for stuff and pay attention. So it's also an eye opener. They say, hey, Callie. But I hope, folks, I hope one day y'all get to meet all these amazing people that are inside here. I have yet to meet Kristen in person. I have yet to meet Amy Yoso Boho. I've been following Nomadic Flipper here. Welcome over, amigo. Hope you and your family are doing well, especially during this time of the year. And I believe your mobile home that you're traveling out of. Can only imagine, but a lot of body heat keeps you warm too. Jenna, let me get back to this. My store was in a slump, and over the last 2 days, my store has really leveled up by taking those items out. Just my opinion. I know its many aspects are taken into account, but it was there okay, there wasn't a follow-up with that. Um I've removed a lot of things about 2 months ago from my eBay. And that's what actually a little further than that, because for about 3 months I wasn't cross listing. I got off of um list perfectly. I am going back to list perfectly. All right. I was just wanting to do something that I needed to check myself. Yeah, any of y'all ever have this thing of like, I want to do this in my way, and people say like, you shouldn't do that. Just don't cancel your membership. You know, that's not, to me. It's not the end. I have nothing against List Perfectly. They are amazing people. I love every one of them. They are friendly as hell. They're there for you. If you have a problem, go on their Facebook. Don't ask questions if you want. Okay, let me put this right here better. If you have List Perfectly questions, ask list perfectly. And that goes for anybody else who are questioning somebody or a group or a company, like, how do you do this on list perfectly? They have meetups. They have their own little thing going on with groups that go on often. And then their Facebook page is a good one to keep in contact with. Um, that you could ask. And when you ask, especially on their formats, their pages, other people may be having the same issue or run across the same issue, and they're going to be helping them out. But it's always I find it funny and I get it, right? I find it funny and I get it to be like, well, if that's the case, we wouldn't be in your chat, Sonny. But it's a different lifestyle than me being a company and List Perfectly. But I am going to be going back to List Perfectly. My sales just went caca for those 3 months. It was harsh, but I still I still did awesomeness, especially being on Niknax and eBay at the time. That's all I was doing, and I'm still going to continue to be on Niknax. It's something I enjoy doing. I enjoy Niknax auctions more than anything. Sure, I could list on there, and I have been. I think I listed a few things a week ago. I'm going to list more things, but I love how Niknax auctions are compared to whatnot auctions. You could have people come in and out um, on Niknax district. All right, there's district that Niknax is in. So on there, it's their own group. Whoever's on district, whether they're in Niknax, Vamp, Dibbits, I believe they get to see anybody that goes live. I don't think you have to necessarily follow them, but it's kind of fun that you get to see the lives and just jump in. Compared to whatnot, I have a lot more people that stay in my lives and support. Um, I just had a live Tuesday. It wasn't my best sell, but I was still very happy with my sales because there are things that I've been not so much having sitting around. And don't take that as in like, oh, these are crap items. They're no good. I just haven't got around to them. They're still good items. People got some great deals on a Fenton swung vase that I sold for $50. It's worth more, but I'm very happy with the prices that I got on there. I'm very happy what doesn't sell because I could list it again. There's no end to an auction. If you look at an item and say, you know what, it didn't sell on eBay, it didn't sell on whatever platform you're on, Grilled. I don't even know if Depop is still around, but Mercari and Poshmark. If it doesn't sell on there, and then you're like, I'm gonna try to sell it on an auction. Oh man, it didn't sell there either. Don't put that bad juju on yourself and the items. Like you pick those items, you know what they're worth, get them listed. Keep trying. It's the same way that I think of everybody, especially you in the chat. Whether you're a lurker, which is a good thing because you're supporting me and I appreciate you. People who are commenting, same way. I appreciate you all just the same. Don't give up on yourself and look at don't be like the items that you give up on. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the items. You really have to just put that love in there. They say sometimes the magic trick is to go to the items that haven't sold and just like go give it a little wave, go get a little tap, a little rub, and be like, you're gonna sell. I know you are. You got it's like a plant. You gotta put love into it and then it prospers. That's you. And that's what you invest in yourself. The items that you get is an investment in you. So share the love. It'll just come back to you. Analytics, yes, the YouTube analytics are so interesting. They are interesting. Anybody that are in here, I'm going to catch up in the chat in a second. For everybody in here who are YouTube content creators, right? Whether you're big or small, look at the YouTube Studio on your computer. I prefer to use the YouTube Studio app on my cell phone. It's just easier. I get a maneuver. I'm out of it. I like when my favorite video right now has to be I struck gold, which I literally did. I found gold if anybody watched to the very end. But the swung vase, that was a great video. And the thing is, people say, Sonny, do another video like that. Be the same way. But I'm not the same way in every video. Although I contain a lot of my happiness and excitement, it's hard to do that. Some people got it. I'm definitely no Mr. Beast, but I'm still big within myself and excited about what I'm doing. And props to that guy. Mr. Beast is freaking phenomenal for what he's doing for people, for himself, for his crew, for people all around the world. And I love that. I may do a little bit, but to me, it's a lot of bits, a lot of big bits that make it's just as meaningful. And that's why I don't like when people say, well, if you compare my channel to theirs or other people, because I've had comments like that and I hide a lot of things on the back end of not a lot, but there are some comments that I get of people comparing me to others. Like, you're not this person, you're not that person. And I'm like, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to figure out who I am and be better. Like, I don't reply to them. I just leave them alone. Sometimes I just hide them. Um, and I've learned to get a little bit thicker skin after the past year for a lot of things and realize that, you know what, if people are going to be like this towards you and give you a hard time for no reason, for no follow up of like why they're treating you this way, they're not worth my time. I'm not going to invest in people even just the thoughts. I'm just gonna be about my business. I wish them well, and then that's it. And I think that's my maturity coming out compared to what I used to be, as in like, screw this person, I'm gonna go at them. That was my old mentality. The person that I am right now is not who I used to be. Who I used to be, I had something to prove, and I always felt like I had to prove something to somebody who were a lot of nobodies just made up in my head. So I've cleared out a lot of cobwebs in my noggin, and every once in a while, when I shake my head, you could hear it rattle, and then it wakes up like a little light bulb goes on. And I like to make fun of myself because I couldn't stand when people made fun of me. So that's why I do it now. I don't beat myself up about it. I enjoy myself and know that I get to control a lot of things about my life. Sure, the truth hurts at times, right? But so do lies. Lies hurt people. And I'm not saying that pointing out at anybody. I'm just saying what I'm saying is that the truth and lies do hurt. They're all one and the same. We're all sensitive. We're human beings. Give me a second. Let me see where I saved it. Um, and yes, the thumbnails can make and break a video. I'm not good at thumbnails. I don't know what makes a good thumbnail. I know there's the A and B test. I've tried it, and I've tried the one two buddy recommendations where everything is like 100 out of 100. It's excellent, excellent, excellent on all these little ratings that they're doing. And then it's like whatever. Like just enjoy what you're doing. That's all what it comes down to. Um Shane Edwiener. Oh, Edwiener. So sorry about that. Edwina. Hey, we all have been through the slumps. Is the test of love for your passion. Only the strong will survive and the weak disappear. Should write a book. That's why I like to see you on Niknax. So the number of views was great. I don't have a big following on whatnot. So I think Niknax would be good for me to do lives. Yeah, well, you know, I think for some of us, it is just our luck on, going on something and then we know what we're doing and we're successful in many different ways to where we were maybe even a year ago, right? Even 2 years ago, even a month ago. But on Knickknacks, I get a lot more people in there. And if you do the numbers of what District has compared to Whatnot, which I don't know, but obviously Whatnot would be the much bigger company or name, that it's impressive and amazing that although District, Knickknacks, and all the other little markets that are on there, which are big, don't punish me for saying all these little ones. I'm a little person, all right? But I'm saying how much smaller it is compared to Whatnot, that there's so much supportive people in there hanging out. Even in my sales, I'm learning stuff, which is fun because you would think like you're the seller, you should know everything about this item. That is an advantage for what I don't know, and people could buy, if it's worth it. But there are some amazing people on both platforms and all platforms, and what it comes down to all of that is options. I know I love options, and when people says, what, not this or Macari that, I said it's an option. People like options. Not everybody does great on eBay. Some people do better on Poshmark. I know I do better on eBay, but I talk to other reseller friends and they're like, yeah, I suck at eBay. But the same things they sell are similar things I sell on eBay and do very good. Sometimes that's just the way that weird life stuff happens. Like having the exact same item on eBay, both of us listed, and yours sell all the time. You could have 100 of that stuff sell, and I could be like, you know what? I'm going to put mine for half the price because I'm getting so frustrated and I just want to get rid of it, and it doesn't sell crickets. But for you and many others, it's better for some things. It just the way it works. It's technology and shoppers. Um, yeah. What's up, Barbara? Barbara Ann. The beast is goals for both business and philanthropy. Yeah. I really want to do more for people, and I'm gonna do more. But I'm wanting to raise the bar and work with friends and reach with people, and not just this is my idea, let's do it. It's if somebody's out there right now working on something here in Las Vegas and they want to work on, because I've thought about this. I've wanted to do this back home. I said if for some reason we were ever to move back to Charlotte, Texas, I would like to run for mayor. I would like to have like semi-annual beautify the town day. Like everybody, if possible, for like a weekend at different times or in just one day. Just go and just clean up the town. It's not a very big town. And the same concept would probably be easier for like a park, or you go somewhere like resellers go. And some people might be like, I would never do that. But what if it's like, hey, we like thrift stores, we like the flea markets, we like these places. How about we go clean up, do a good deed? It's good PR, good public relationships, and then afterwards we go thrift at the same place we're going to clean up at. Because there's a lot of people. The two grand openings of Goodwill that I've been invited to, and I've only been able to go because of Mikey Bags of Money. Shout out to that guy. But now I got a connection. So I told, and Mikey goes, that's the guy I get my things from. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, now you got your connection. I was like, awesome. And I was like, now you got to bring somebody next time, and I got to bring somebody else. That's how it works. So I'm really excited about meeting up with more of Goodwill executives and the programs that they got. I want to take one of their tours. Going to reach out to friends after I talk to one of the Goodwill guys. Did I say eBay? I meant to say Goodwill. But I definitely want to take their tours and see what we could do. I also want to plan something that they had planned, and I threw a little bug in their ear, or a little my 2 cents in their ear. They want to do something within Goodwill for themselves about like a sports day. And I said, what would be cool if we did resellers against Goodwill, reseller content creators against Goodwill, like whoever they have on their side, they could even pick. If I'm sure Goodwill, as big as they are, they have professionals or even like minor league, semi-pro people that they could join, and I think that would be fun. That would be a really fun thing to do, to maybe play like softball or kickball, volleyball, or just have like a type of sports day tournament, against resellers. And the thing with that would be that you would have to buy whatever equipment you use. You would have to buy from, say, Goodwill, which I find really good prices for sports equipment. So really good stuff. And speaking of sports equipment, if you have any gloves and baseballs coming up and you're waiting for baseball season, you need to start doing it now. It's going to start ramping up. I believe it. So people say follow your trends, and I've been horrible at it. I should have probably did it like a month ago, but I usually sell and list stuff year round like that. But it's going to start picking up more. So I'm looking for more of that: baseballs, gloves, helmets, mask, sometimes even mouthpieces, as long as they're brand new sealed. Definitely don't want to borrow somebody else's mouthpiece. Um, Jesse was Jesse's an amigo out in Arizona who is I often see on, I was gonna say Zip Zap. Zip Zap. TikTok. But I've been seeing a lot more of Jesse. Pretty cool guy. Also, I'm gonna throw this out there, folks. I know he said this on TikTok, and I'm talking about it, and Jesse. So I'm gonna bring it around full circle with him. He has property out in Arizona that has gold out there, like the gold mines or gold fields, and his property, he has rights to it. And he was saying, I'm gonna throw his out there, all right? He was saying if anybody wanted to go out there and try it sometime, that he does it. So I would follow him on TikTok and follow up on that. He might be on later in a panel or by himself or on mine. You never know. But I thought that was pretty cool. My dad has always been wanting to do that. Always for years have been talking that he wants to find gold and just go try to mine. He's bought equipment for it and does like the panhandling stuff, but no luck so far. Yes, we have enjoyed doing live sales on Whatnot. I like the Whatnot sales. I just am trying to figure out how to be better. Like, and I think for me is I got to be consistent, but I also don't want to be pressuring myself to be consistent, to be like I have to go find stuff just for Whatnot. I have quite a bit of stuff that'll last probably several months, which sounds bad, but is also good because it's almost guaranteed money. And if it doesn't sell there, I know I could take it to the flea market. We're going to do more of those sales this year with Carrie, the Desert Mermaid, who has been at an event pretty much all this week. I think she finishes today or last night. Hokies. Hey, I know you. Oh, brother. Hey, mahalo for that, my friend. And salamat and gracias and shukran and what's the other one? I always forget the one in Korea. Hangu. Gonsamnida. Thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody for being here. 40 of y'all, folks. 40 of y'all. I'm glad I saw that and I looked at the time. About 10 minutes left. I'm going to try to keep this at at an hour, okay? But if you want to start bombarding me with questions like a rapid fire, I don't mind. What I'm gonna do, I think starting next week, I'm gonna start having my lives earlier. All right. I have friends that go on at the same time at 6, and I like to not overlap with people because there's a lot of people in the same, like, it's the same community of resellers to be on here, on mine, and then there's Ginger Marvin. But I want to go on a little earlier. I'm not sure if it's gonna be at 4 and then finish at 5, or 5 then finish at 6, or maybe even 3 and finish at 4. Just saying, because things are going smooth with me clearing up stuff, and I'm getting in the rhythm of things, that I'm editing beforehand. Again, not last minute and up till 1:30 in the morning to have the video out by 4. So I've been doing that a lot for several years now. And not so much 4 in the morning. That's just been a new thing. But I've been feeling so cramped for so long, um, that now is like, man, things are coming together bit by bit. One of my new things that I want to start doing, is what was I gonna say? Damn it, lost my mind. Um, Thank you for this. I just realized it was like a super chat. Thank you. I just saw the colors. I was like, am I seeing colors? But thank you. 99. At the end of the month, I am doing giveaways, folks. Um, I'm going to be doing giveaways. Has nothing to do with memberships. I screwed up on that. I ended up kicking myself in the butt, losing 45 members because I was changing things up, and now I got 2. And I'll build it back up. It was something I was getting away from, but talking to my wife, if y'all weren't here last week, and I talked about it in a week before, like, I really screwed up on that. I should have talked to the members and said, "Hey, I'm trying to figure some stuff out," and took their advice and suggestions, and then just figured it out from there rather than just cutting off the line. So lesson learned, and I deeply apologize. My wife's the one that brought that up, and I was like, I wasn't thinking that way. And she said, "Yeah, because you're a numbskull, you don't listen." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." I'm just spontaneous a lot of the times. Cali Luis, yes, hats are starting to sell more since baseball season has started. Oh, that's true. That's another one. Hats, baseball hats, sports hats. Look them all up, folks. I have quite a bit. I'm going to list you, which I'm probably going to start bringing to my whatnot as well, because I probably February 10th, folks. February 10th. That one I'm going to have quite a bit of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff. So the links that are pinned on top, give it a follow on Niknax. A lot of amazing stuff you could learn from as well. But on whatnot, I know February 10th for one, that's going to be one where they're running a promo, and I'm going to take advantage of that. And you can too. A lot of things started really good prices. Um, Drifters Anonymous, Shane Edwina. What is your favorite platform to sell on? If you could only choose one for the rest of your life, Niknax. I know I'm good at eBay. I also know I haven't been listing as much. I love with what I'm finding now. I could take it straight to Niknax, and I've talked about this for a few weeks now. That if I would prefer just to sell live on Niknax, that's how great I do for making anywhere from $170 in sales, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for an hour and a half, that's amazing to me. An $100 can change a person's life, even $50 extra a month. And for me, it does. Like, I'm very happy for it, but I also know the potential of it, which I have done before, has been a little over $700 in 30 minutes with the power of other people being in a raid train. One of the big ones being the crazy lamp lady, Jocelyn. I mean, that's her platform. Wherever she goes, like, she's earned it. Like, she's built herself like her empire, which I just bought some more coffee from her. I love her coffee. This one, the first one I got was banana chocolate. Um, Banana chocolate. Yeah, it's really tasty. I only have a little bit left. But I just ordered tiki tiki coconut, and that one I got to ground. I got to ground myself. One question I was asked a few weeks ago on the live is that, and this one hurt me, folks. This one hurt me, but I answered it like a champ. All right. So with what I just said, that, like, although this is Jocelyn's platform, we as resellers still have to bring it on her platform. It's not going to be crap. People overlook stuff. You gotta you are more in the limelight being on, I would say, her platform than me being on eBay, because these are people that could follow you directly and know who you are and what you have, compared to eBay, who nobody knows anything about you, right? And it was like, Sonny, you think because of her, you're as successful? And I'm like, I think it has a little bit to do with it, with the sales, but I still have to find good items, quality items. And why would I not want good for myself, knowing that when I bring it to her platform, it helps her and let people know that the people are on there selling, and people, the shoppers that are on there, the supporters, like, it's a team effort. Without shoppers and people, without shoppers, without sellers, there would be no marketplace. But it's fun. I love it, and I'm very thankful for it. It was a slap in the back of the head for sure, what it felt like. But I really like I really like those questions, because sometimes the hard questions make you realize, like, you need to be asked things. You need to be pressured. And when you, just like anything else, enough pressure makes diamonds, right? So I'm no diamond, but I think I'm like a sapphire. I get a little bit of imperfections, impurities, and even those are beautiful. And to me, I feel beautiful. I feel like a beautiful man. I feel like I've been reborn, because I have the freedom to resell, make my own decisions, and roll with it. And I think that's the freedom I've been looking for, to have this feeling, and it's been happening for me because of reselling. I could have found it another way, but I like what I have now. I take that back. I love, 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 love what I am doing right now and what I'm capable of doing, compared to where I've come from and where I thought I would never get out of. I love life. I love, love, love it. Um but it would be Niknax. I stand by that. But I do love eBay. eBay is very good. Uh, Big Mo, what's going on? Big Mo? Rare Find 702, what's going on, man? I'm loving selling on Depop. I've never done good on Depop. I've tried, and I'll get back to it when I cross list. We got 3 minutes left, folks, and my wife should already be at work. She probably text me, which is another thing. I need to figure out my DSLR to get it back to being my webcam, so I could free up my iPhone. I've been using my iPhone for my webcam. Barbara Ann, Niknax has a very friendly feeling around all around. It does. Oh my goodness, it does. Um, I like it. Like, it's different and whatnot, which is a good thing, because every platform should be different in their own way. And at first, when I started listing on it, I was like, "What am I doing? I don't know where tools are at." But just like anything else, any platform, app, more than anything, any app to make it easier, any app that you use is going to be different than any other app. Some companies trying to be a little the same, so that way it's familiar and it's user friendly. But I love Knickknacks. I love it. My next auction will be on Tuesday. All right. Did I list anything on there yet? I don't even think I posted anything yet. But I will. Just expect Tuesday, folks. Tuesday. I will have some stuff on there. I usually try to stay around 15 items. Nothing big, nothing crazy, because I'm a talker, if you haven't noticed. I roll. I am a talker and I could roll with it. But one thing that's different about me now, when I'm with people in person, I love to listen. Like, I just like listening. And then somebody will say something, and I'll ask a question. But I love when people just go on, and I'm just like, this is nice. Just receiving words, listening, enjoying the moment. I know I'm like pretty much a hippie now. Um, But yeah, rare finds. I just started selling on Depop last month. Going good so far. Luis does really good. I remember he was talking about Poshmark, I believe. And I was like, dude, get it listed. I just sold this hat for $165. My best flip on Poshmark, I believe. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then a few days later, he's like, I already sold 12 hats. I'm like, what the hell did you sell? And he was like, I sold this, I sold that. And I was like, I got that stuff, but it won't sell. It's just the way it works out. So laughing aloud, you hippie. I right, even with the hair, it works out. I kind of got that like flat top side working out. A few more minutes, folks, but even working out, I've been doing push-ups every day, And what I've taken from me doing push-ups every day, I think I missed 2 days because I had some things going on. Good things, nothing bad. But it's good to have these little breaks, right? But I'm hungry for push-ups. But what I've learned is that, like, man, you're gonna struggle. Show people you're gonna struggle if you want to. You don't have to be as open and vulnerable as I am to share like your life and personal things. But I do it because it helps me know that that's real. What I say about my life, it's real. There's no lie about it. And it makes it even more surreal to know that everything that I'm working on matters. Whether it's big or small, everything matters for the good of what I'm trying to do and am doing. So that's the story of my life. There's always a continuation next Thursday, which might be earlier, folks. But I appreciate you all so much. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. And after I leave the video and you want to leave some comments, please do. It'll help spark other people to add to what you say, or if you have a question or something that you've seen in my videos, like go watch my videos. I've been doing amazing. And I believe and crossing my fingers that one of us here is going to end up finding one of those hundreds of $1,000 items. I'm excited for that. That's always like that treasure treasure box at the end of the rainbow. But just to let you know, rainbows are fast, super fast. I've tried to chase one time when I was a kid. The most energy I had in the world, and it was still too fast. But anyways, folks, ladies and gents, all 43 of y'all and those who are going to come in after and stop by before, I appreciate y'all all so much for taking the time to come hang out with me. We're going to do it again next Thursday. I am planning on having um, more guests come in on Thursdays to pick their brains, share with you, my friends, to you all. And some of you I'm going to invite back. Some of you that have been in the chat have already been here before, and it'll be nice to have a follow up. Those are my plans coming soon. So if you see some messages from me, there's probably going to be me asking. So I hope you could join me. So I'm out of here. Well, you know what? Before I go, let me plug in more because I like to follow them. I like to listen up on them after my lives while I'm like just working on some things. Oh, did they? Yeah, they're still on. All right. Who left me? Oh, that's not it. All right. Before I go, the link right here is for Ginger Marv, Kathy, and Chris. Tell them I said hello. I'll just be on for a couple of more seconds for those who are in here. If you want to go over, I'm going to be jumping in there as well. And I like I said, I like to hang out with them. I got to meet them in person. Very lovely, just funny. They are funny. I laugh so much, and I like when as Kathy's just listening in. She's often working, and then Chris would say something, and then she would like give this look like she's paying attention for sure. I know as a husband and the way that I am, I could say some wild stuff. But I'm going to be in there, folks. Go over there and jump in. Take it easy. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to go to the flea market Saturday, meet up with some friends, and who knows what I'm going to find this time. But I do have a video coming out tomorrow. So make sure to show that some love. And also my previous videos that I've just had, my recent videos. Go check them out if you don't mind. I'll very much appreciate it. See y'all later, my friends. Take it easy. How do I get out of here? There you go.